we're back with more sports for Mario goddamn Power Tennis. Of course you know this story. Pretty much on like every Nintendo console ever since like the Game Boy and kind of NES, you've always going to have at least like a Mario sports game in some way following, you know? And the Wii was no difference to that. They didn't really do the standard golf and tennis game that time. It was more like the other sports. No golf game, but we did get a port of Mario Power Tennis on the GameCube on the Wii. So, yeah, essentially. It's a pretty good one, obviously. A few other ones are better than this, but it's still a pretty decent experience. Oh yeah, and also this video, both the GameCube and the Wii will be combined together, because besides having a different play control, because we knew Wii play control that the Wii had and some of the games on GameCube, both games are essentially the same thing. So let's get into it with your tennis rackets. Got the opening cinematics, or cutscenes with Wario and Waluigi doing the whole thing, and of course seeing the bros beat them in tennis, dude. These openings were so cool back then, you know? Why can't we go back to this? It's probably going to be half the video. Why can't we have more charming and stuff like this, Nintendo? And of course, something about probably not being in the tournament or, losing in the first round. Of course, Waluigi and Wario kind of want to get their revenge on the Mario Brothers because upset tennis round didn't go so well. So now they decide to team up with Bowser to probably win this tournament because, why not, I guess. Got the tennis part, and it's a Mario tennis game. I don't know how else you want to explain how tennis works. Get the ball past your opponent 4 times for 1 set to win 1 game. There's that, essentially. Of course, you have multiple courts you can pick on. I don't know why half of them are Peach. You can also pick how many games and sets you want to do. It's a Mario Power Tennis game, obviously. I'm not sure how else you want me to describe a tennis game besides it is specifically Mario-themed. And once again, the only real difference between both versions of the game is that, yay, you can play with either remote controller or game controller, depending on the game, though. And also, each player only has has 2 different special moves where it comes for attacking your opponent or defending against your opponent. So yeah, that's pretty nice though. Though yeah, kind of weird how on Mario Kart you have to be unlockable instead of being one of the first courts you get. For your game modes, you got Exposition, which is your regular standard tennis game. Tournament, which is basically where you go to do like half the unlockables. You also got the special games, obviously for mini games, continuing for your records and all that. And of course, you got the special games, or the mini games. Like some parts where you gotta paint specific characters' faces, and you see the percentage on the left side, you gotta get them in a certain amount of time. Or hitting your ball back on to hit all the Piranha Plant's gooey spots on the other side of the court, hit the shine sprites to clear them all a lot faster. Or even doing a special mini game, multiple players against a chain shot, where you gotta hitting the ball on top and try to go back with the force and back so you don't get hit, and you get out. Ooh, that's so cool. I like that so much. There's also this thing called event games you can get by pressing and holding B and then pressing A on the title screen, and then you can play the special event match where you can, with a second play, you have to have at least like one other person to play it with. You have to play a game, you have to score either 3, 5, or 7 points before your opponent does, and then you win. Next up, we got all the unlockables. A lot of these unlockables will be done by doing the mini games, sometimes on specific disease, or doing the tournaments, the special team tournaments specifically, and also the regular tournament, or to be in singles or doubles. Unlocks up like characters like Paratroopa, Peter Piranha, or other mini game difficulties and other mini games, and also unlocking some of the courts like the Mario Bros. Court or the Bowser Court. Me wondering why a Mario Court wasn't one of the first ones instead of giving Peach like 3. Who asked? Mario and Peach already are just friends according to Nintendo now, so I'm sure Mario's very pissed too. Blooper reels being one of the funniest and best parts of the game. Just seeing the Mario characters act all goofy like this is a TV show or movie being filmed like this is in real life is kind of insane, but also really charming at the exact same time. Me wishing that a lot of other Mario sports games and spin-offs had something like this because it's so charming and nice to see. Like, come on, Nintendo, why can't we go back to this? Damn it! Like, yes, I want to see Waluigi do a blooper Wario crashing at the ground face first. Yes, I want to see that in another game. It'll be fun. Mario Power Tennis, this is a really fun, good game. Despite the Wii version just being part of a GameCube game, this is still a pretty good game to go through. Whether it be button controls, motion controls that you probably don't know how to understand until you played the Wii, this game is always a nice, fun thing to do. Really wish we go back to the more charming and type of tennis like this and just being like, oh, a tennis game, but with Mario characters nowadays. Yeah, but still, at the end of the day, this game is still really fun to great, and I highly recommend it, whatever version you play. But please make this game again, please. Yeah, that's essentially Mario Power Tennis. Now, obviously, besides the whole thing of different controls you play with, both games are essentially the same thing. So I can play my Mario Power Tennis on the Wii, which is part of a GameCube game with no way to play with a GameCube controller, but at the same time, I can play my original version of Mario Power Tennis on the Wii because it's back on all GameCube games, which is a button controlled. See, this whole thing according to Wii just made no sense. But, still a good game. So next time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Dying to Pokemon video games. See you next time. See ya.